Today we will discuss on Dravyadi Vijnaniya Adhyaya, Dravadravya Vijnaniya Adhyaya. So Dravadravya Vijnaniya Adhyaya means, so in this chapter, Acharya Vapata has highlighted about all liquid dietaries. So liquid dietaries such as Jalavarga, then Kshira Varga, Taila Varga, Mutra Varga, Madhu Varga, and Ikshu Vargas are dealt in this chapter. Okay. Drava, Dravya, Vijnani, Adhyaya. So basically, Ahara is of two types. One is Drava Ahara, another one is Gana Ahara. So Gana or Adrava Ahara is solid dietary. Drava Ahara is liquid dietary. Okay. So mainly dravya is classified into two types, ahara dravya and aushadhi dravya. So ahara dravya is rasa pradhana, aushadhi dravya is virya pradhana. So in this chapter, we are going to study in detail about all liquid titles. Okay. First one is Jalavarga or Toya Varga. Salila, Apaha, Jala, Toya, these are synonymous terminology. So under Toya Varga or Jala Varga, the first point is qualities of drinking water or the qualities of rainwater. That is Gangambu Punai. So here Gangambu means uh, the rainwater, okay, which is even named as Divyodaka or Mahendra Jal or Divya Jal. These are the synonyms which are quoted for Gangam. So here remember Gangambu means don't consider it as Ganga Jal. So it is Gangambu means the rainwater. Okay. Or Mahendra Jal or Indra Jal or Endrambu. Okay. So the qualities of rainwater, Jivanam, Tarpanam, Rudyam, Ladi, Buddhi Prabodhanam, Tanu, Avyaktarasam, Brustam, Shitam, Lagu, Amrutopam. Gangambum, Nabaso Brustam, Sprustam tu Arka Indu, Marutaihi, Hita Ahitatve, Tad Bhuyo, Desha Kala, Avapeksha. So here meaning is the qualities of rainwater are first one is Jivana. So Jivana Guna is it is a life sustaining. So rainwater is suitable for drinking purpose. See here, if you go through the last word, last line of the shloka, Hita ahitatve tat bhuyo desha kala avapekshati. The suitability and unsuitability of the rainwater for drinking purpose. Again, it depends on desha and kala. Okay, so that is Hita ahitatve tat bhuyo desha kala avapekshati. So here the qualities of rainwater which is suitable for drinking purpose are Jivanam, that is life sustaining. Jivanam Pranadaranam, as it is quoted in Himagari, Jivanam Pranadaranam. Tarpanam Truptignam, which gives the satisfaction. Okay, Jivanam is rainwater or the drinking water is life sustaining, gives the satisfaction to the body or satisfaction to all the dhatus. Rudyam is it is good for heart also. Okay. Rudya is it is good for the heart also. Rudyam. Ladihi gives pleasure to the mind. Okay. Ladihi. Buddhi Prabodhanam. Buddhi Prabodhanam means so it initiates the intellectual work. Okay. So Buddhi Prabodhana means it initiates the intellectual power. So that is a Buddhi Prabodhana. Then Tanuhu, Avyakta Rasam. Tanuhu means even though it is transparent in nature, it is thin in nature, then Avyakta Rasam means it doesn't possess any taste. So basically, the rainwater, it doesn't possess any taste. But when it comes in contact with the Arka Indu Marutaihi, that is, when it comes in contact with the sun rays, moon rays, and the air, and also when it comes in contact with the particular desha and particular kala, then only it will attain specific taste. So it may be sweet taste or it may be alkaline taste. So again, it depends on desha kala. Okay. So that is Tanuhu Avyakta Rasam. Avyakta Rasam is it doesn't possess any taste. Mrustam, it gives the satisfaction of the happiness. Mrustam, Sheetam, here it is, its potency. Sheetam, Laguhu, easily digestible. Amrutotamam acts as nectar to the body. Gangambu, Nagasa, Vrishtam, Sprushtam to Arka Indu Marutai. The hitatva and ahitatva, the suitability and unsuitability of the water, that is the rainwater. Again, it depends on desha and kala. Also, it attains the qualities when it comes in contact with the Surya, that is Arka is Surya Kirana, Indu is Chandra Kirana, Maruta is air. Okay. For example, if the rainwater falls on Usharada Jala, then it will attain alkaline taste. If it falls on black soil or the red soil, then definitely it will attain sweet taste. Okay, so that's what here they have used the word hitatvam, ahitatvam, tadboyo, desha kala, avapeksha. For example, rainwater in Sharad Ritu, it acts as a nectar because of Hamsodaka points. Okay, in early part in the Ritucharya Adhyaya, we studied in early part of the rainy season, the water is not suitable for the drinking purpose because it will attain the Amla Vipaka. So based on that concept, so Desha Kala Vapekshita means, so here the suitability and unsuitability for drinking, it depends on the Desha and Kala. Clear? So this shloka is important. Better you had this. So next one is the test criteria for the quality of the drinking water. So Enam Abhirustam Amalam Shali Annam Rajate Stitam Aklinam Avivarnam Cha Tat Peyam Gangam Anyata Samudram Tatna Patavyam Masat Ashvayuja Vila. So here the test criteria is the rainwater which doesn't alters the quality of the rice, the prepared rice, which is kept in a silver plate. Okay. So here the rainwater which doesn't alters the quality, that is, it may be color or any other quality of the boiled rice or the prepared rice, which is kept in a silver plate, is considered as good for the drinking purpose. Okay, it should not moist the food. Anyata means if it moist the food, if it discolors the rice, then it is considered as not suitable for drinking. So that is Enam Abhirustam Amala. Abhirusta Jala. Abhirusta Jala means the freshly collected rain. Shali Annam means prepared rice. Rajate Sthita. Rajate Sthita means the silver plate. Okay. Rajata is silver. Swarna is good. Rajate Sthita means the silver vessel, the silver plate. Aklinam. Klinata is a moistening. Aklinam means it should not moist the rice, the boiled rice. Then only it is considered as suitable for the drink. Avivarna means even it should not change the color of the rice. It should not discolor the color of the rice. Okay, change its color. So avivarnam cha tatteyam gam. Anyata samudram. Otherwise, it is considered as samudra jala, which is not suitable for drinking purpose, except masa ashwayuja vina. So ashwayuja masa means it is Sharad. Okay, except Sharad Ritu. In remaining all the Ritus, so Samudra Jala is not suitable for drinking purpose because in Ashwaja Masa or in Sharad Ritu, so because of the Agastya Udaya, because of the Agastya Nakshatra, as the water get detoxifies and acts as nectar. So that's what only in Sharad Ritu or Ashwaja Masa, so Samudra Jala is suitable for drinking. Otherwise, in other seasons, one should not use this Samudra Jala for drinking. Okay, so this is a test criteria to assess the quality of drinking water. Okay, so here Samudraja Jala means don't consider sea water. So other than rainwater is considered as Samudraja Jala. Okay, don't consider Samudra Jala means only the sea. Clear? So next one is Endrambu supatrastam avipannam sada pibe tad abhavecha bhuistam antariksha anukarihi yat shuchihi rutu asita sweta desha arka pavana. So always one has to use Mahendraja Jala or the rainwater for drinking purpose, which is collected in a clean vessel. Okay. Kendrambum supatrastam avipannam sada bhavet. Always one has to drink the water which is freshly collected in a clean vessel. Okay. Tat abhave, in the absence of Mahendraja Jala or in the absence of rainwater, one can drink the Bhumishta Jala. Bhumishta Jala means it may be well water, that is a Kupa Jala, or Nadi Jala, river water. Okay, that is a Bhumishta Jala. So here, in the absence of Mahendraja Jala, rainwater, that is a Tad Abhavecha, Bhuishtam. Bhumishtam means one can use the water which is collected from the earth. For example, it may be Kupa Jala, that is well water, or it may be river water, okay, which resembles the qualities same as rainwater is used for drinking purpose. That too, the water which is collected from Asita and Shweta Bhumi means the water which is collected from the black or the white soil, okay, and which is not affected with sun rays or which is not affected with the air, which is not exposed to sunlight or the breeze. Okay, such water is used for drinking. Clear? Next one is the qualities of the Dushta Jala or contaminated water. Okay, Dushta Jala means the contaminated water which is not suitable for drinking. Okay, so Dushta Jala Guna. Na pibe panka shaivala runa पर्ण आविलाश्रितम सूर्य इंदु पवन अदृष्टम अभिरुष्टम धनम गुरुतु पेनिलम जंतुम अतप्तम दंतग्राह्य अतिशेखितम अनार्तवम च यत् दिव्यम आर्तवम प्रथमम च लूतादि तंतु विन्मूत्र विष संश्लेष दूषितम. So here in this sloka, so here the qualities of contaminated water is explained. So, na pibe. So one should not drink the water which is contaminated with panka, shaivala, trudha, sarna. So panka means the slough, kitchen. So, the water which is polluted or contaminated with the slough or the shaivala, that is the algae, or pruna. Pruna is different types of grasses, and parna. Parna means leaves. Okay. So one should not drink the water which is contaminated with slugs or the algae or the grass or the leaves. Okay. And even the water which is covered with such waste materials. It may be grass or the leaves. And even one should not drink the water which is not exposed to the sun rays or the moon rays or the air. Okay, Surya, Indu, Pavana, Adrushta. Here we split the word Surya, Indu, Pavana, Adrushta. So the water which is not exposed to the air or sun rays or the moon rays is also not suitable for drinking. Okay, then Abhirustam Ganam Guruhu. The fresh rainwater which is thick in nature and which is heavy for the digestion is also not suitable for drinking. Okay. Phenylum, which contains the fruit. Jantum. Jantum is which is contaminated with worms and which is made hot by the nature only, that is by the sun rays, also not suitable for drinking purpose. That is Dantagrahya Atishekita, the water which causes tingling sensation in the teeth. So such cold water is also not suitable for drinking purpose. Venilam, Jantumatmam, Ataptam, Dantagrahya, Ati, Shaita. Anartava. Artava is the season. So related with this shloka, Artava is Rutu, the season. Anartava means other than rainy season. Okay. So Anartava Jala is also contraindicated for drinking. Anartavam cha yad divyam artavam pratamam cha yad. Even the water of rainy season, but in the early part of the rainy season, again the rainwater is not suitable for drinking purpose. Pratamam cha means in the first part of the rainy season, the water which is collected in the first part of the rainy season, again it acts as it's having amla vipaka. It causes amla vipaka. So again it leads to pitta sanchana. So that's what an artava jala, but which is collected in the early part of the rainy season is also contraindicated for drinking purpose. Okay. Then the last line, the water which is contaminated with the saliva or the fecal matter or the urine or the poison of different insects such as lutan adi. Luta means spider, or it may be any other such insects. Okay. So the water which is contaminated with the saliva or the fecal matter or urine or the poison of spider or the rats or any other such creatures or the insects, again not suitable for drinking. So such water is considered as dushika jal and which is rejected for drinking purpose. Okay. The next one is Nadi Jala Guna. So Nadi Jala Guna means here Paschimodigaha, Shigravaha, Yascha, Amalaha, Udakaha, Patyaha, Samastasta, Nadyaha, Viparitasto, Anyata. So here the water of the rivers which flows towards the western direction or the western ocean, that is Arabian Sea, and which poses the madhurasa or the sweet taste, and which contains the pure water or the uncontaminated water is considered as suitable for drinking purpose. Means one can drink the Nadi Jala which flows towards the western direction of the western ocean, and the Anyata means Viparita. Viparita is opposite to this, that is which flows towards the northern direction or southern direction or it may be eastern direction, is considered as not suitable or apatya for drinking purpose. Clear? Okay. So next one is Jalapana Varja, contraindications for drinking the water. Okay. So here in this shloka, Acharya Vagbhata is explained regarding the list of conditions in which the jalapana or one should not drink the water. The jalapana is totally contraindicated. Okay. So ambu ambu peyam means one should not drink the water. Na ambu peyam ashatyam va swalpam alpam agnihi gulmibihi pandu udara atisara arsho grahani shosha shotibihi rute sharad nidagabhyam pibe swasto api cha alpashah. So here meaning is Jalapana Varja means in these following conditions one should not drink excess of water. Okay. So should not consume excess of water. Only a little quantity of water can be consumed. So that is the meaning here. Na ambu peyam ashakta. Ashakta means the person who is having generalized weakness. Okay. Too weak in nature. Ashakta Purusha. Why? Swalpam alpam agnihi. If the person is suffering with mandagni, decreasing digestive capacity, so there also the jalapana, drinking of water, is contraindicated. Then Gulmivihi, the abdominal tumors or the abdominal lumps. Panduhu in anemic condition. Atisaraha in diarrheal or loose motions. Then Udaraha in Udaragata Vyadis, again Jalapana is contraindicated, especially in Jalodhara. In Jalodhara Avastha, Jalapana is totally contraindicated. Arshaho, hemorrhoidal masses or the bile masses. Grahani, the disease of the duodenum or the duodenal disorders, again Jalapana is contraindicated. As it is related with the Agni, so Jalapana is contraindicated. Shoshaha, Shoshaha means the Datukshaya, the emaciation. If the person is suffering with to emaciation, then also the Jalapana is contraindicated. Shotibihi, if the person is suffering with the edematous condition, the swelling of the body, puffiness of the face and arms. So there, Jalapana is contraindicated. Then, Rute Sharad Nidagardam, except Sharad Ritu and Grishma Ritu. So except Sharad Ritu and Grishma Ritu, in remaining all the Ritus, even though a healthy person also should drink less quantity of water. Okay. So in remaining all the seasons, except Sharad Ritu and Grishma Ritu, even the person is healthy in nature, the healthy person should also drink less quantity of water. Okay. So it's regarding the contraindications of Jalapana. Then regarding the effect of Jalapana during Ahara Sevana, Samastula, Vishahava, Bhuktam, Madhya Anta, Pratamambutaha. If the person drinks the water in the middle of the food, then he will attain the moderate food. If the person drinks the water at the end of the meal, then he will become stula. If the person drinks the water in the beginning of the meal or the food, he will become krishna. So definitely the water is going to affect the jataragni. So that's what if the person drinks the water before taking food, definitely it will lead to krishna. After the food, again it will lead to stula. In between, a little quantity of water, it acts as nectar and it will maintain the moderate body. Okay. So as quoted in other Shastras also, Bhojanante Visham Variti. You should not drink the water at the end of the meal or at the end of the food, because the water which is drunk at the end of the food acts as Visham. So that is Bhojanante Visham